Today we will going to learn about mastering ChatGPT, the ultimate beginner's guide to ChatGPT. This tutorial is going to be very deep level learning, so stay with us. We think that it will help you in many purpose. Let's start it. What is ChatGPT? ChatGPT, Generative Pre-trained Transformer, is a language model developed by OpenAI that uses machine learning to generate human-like responses to natural language inputs. It is part of a family of language models called GPT, which have been trained on massive amounts of text data and can generate coherent and contextually appropriate responses to a wide range of queries. ChatGPT is often used in chatbots and other conversational AI applications to create a more natural and engaging experience for users. Second, how to master the use of ChatGPT for a variety of tasks such as writing letters, acting jobs interviews and creating writing prompts. To master the use of ChatGPT for a variety of tasks, here are some steps you can follow. Number 1. Understand the capabilities of ChatGPT. Familiarize yourself with what ChatGPT can and cannot do. ChatGPT is good at generating human-like text based on a prompt, but it is not a substitute for human intelligence. Number 2. Train the model on your specific use case. You can fine-tune ChatGPT on your specific use case to get better results. This involves providing the model with specific examples and feedback to help it learn how to generate text that is relevant and accurate. Number 3. Experiment with different prompts. Experiment with different prompts to see what works best. Depending on the task, you may need to provide more or less context to get the desired output. Number 4. Practice writing prompts. Writing good prompts is an art that takes practice. Try writing prompts for different tasks to get a feel for what works and what doesn't. Number 5. Evaluate the results. Evaluate the results of the ChatGPT model to see if it is meeting your needs. If not, you may need to fine-tune the model further or adjust the prompts. Number 6. Iterate. Continue to iterate and fine-tune the model based on the results you get and the feedback you receive. Expand about understand the capabilities of ChatGPT. To fully understand the capabilities of ChatGPT, it is important to understand what it is and how it works. ChatGPT, Generative Pre-trained Transformer, is a type of language model that uses machine learning to generate human-like responses to natural language inputs. It has been trained on massive amounts of text data and can generate coherent and contextually appropriate responses to a wide range of queries. Here are some key capabilities of ChatGPT. Language generation. ChatGPT can generate text in natural language based on a given prompt. It can generate text that is similar to human language, complete with proper grammar, syntax, and word usage. Conversational ability. ChatGPT can carry on a conversation with a user, responding to user inputs in a natural way. It can understand and respond to a wide range of questions and topics. Adaptability. ChatGPT can be fine-tuned on specific tasks or domains, allowing it to generate more accurate and relevant responses for a particular use case. Speed and scalability. ChatGPT can generate responses quickly and at scale, making it well-suited for applications that require automated responses. However, it is important to note that ChatGPT has limitations. It is not a substitute for human intelligence, and it can sometimes generate responses that are inaccurate, biased, or inappropriate. It is also not suitable for all types of tasks or domains. Therefore, it is important to understand its capabilities and limitations in order to use it effectively. Expand about language generation. Language generation refers to the process of generating text or speech in natural language using a machine learning model. The goal of language generation is to produce coherent and contextually appropriate responses to a wide range of prompts or inputs. Language generation is a key capability of many natural language processing applications such as chatbots, virtual assistants, and automated writing tools. These systems use language generation to interact with users in a natural way, responding to user inputs and requests with human-like language. There are several approaches to language generation, including rule-based methods and machine learning-based methods. Rule-based methods rely on predefined templates and rules to generate responses to inputs. Machine learning-based methods, on the other hand, use neural networks and other statistical models to learn patterns and relationships in large amounts of text data, and generate responses based on those patterns. Language generation can be challenging because natural language is complex and nuanced, and there are many factors to consider, such as grammar, syntax, semantics, and pragmatics. Therefore, language generation models need to be trained on large amounts of high-quality data and optimized to generate responses that are contextually appropriate, grammatically correct, and semantically meaningful. Overall, language generation is an important capability for NLP applications, as it enables systems to interact with users in a natural and effective way, providing a wide range of benefits in terms of efficiency, convenience, and user experience. Expand about conversational ability. Conversational ability refers to the ability to engage in a natural and effective conversation with another person or a machine, such as a chatbot or virtual assistant. It involves the use of language and nonverbal communication to exchange ideas, information, and emotions in a back-and-forth dialogue. Conversational ability is an important aspect of human communication, and it is increasingly becoming a key feature of many technologies, such as chatbots, virtual assistants, and voice assistants. These technologies rely on conversational ability to provide efficient and effective interactions with users. Effective conversational ability requires several skills, including active listening, empathy, clarity, and adaptability. Active listening involves paying attention to the speaker and processing their words and nonverbal cues in real time. Empathy involves understanding and sharing the emotions and perspectives of the speaker. Clarity involves expressing ideas and information clearly and concisely. Adaptability involves adjusting the conversation to suit the needs and preferences of the speaker. In the context of technology, conversational ability is often achieved through natural language processing (NLP) techniques, which enable machines to understand and respond to human language in a natural and contextually appropriate way. NLP techniques include language generation, language understanding, and dialogue management. Overall, conversational ability is a valuable skill for both humans and machines, and it is essential for effective communication and interaction in many contexts. Expand about adaptability. Adaptability is the ability to adjust to new situations, environments, or demands. It is an important skill that enables individuals to respond effectively to changing circumstances and to navigate the uncertainties of life. Adaptability involves being flexible, open-minded, and willing to learn and grow in response to new challenges. In the workplace, adaptability is highly valued as businesses face constantly changing market conditions and customer needs. Employees who can adapt to new technology, processes, and job duties are highly sought after. Adaptability also helps employees work collaboratively with others and handle unexpected obstacles or setbacks. Adaptability is not only important in the workplace, but also in everyday life. Being adaptable allows individuals to handle personal and social changes, such as moving to a new city, meeting new people, or facing unexpected life events. Adaptable individuals are better able to cope with stress and uncertainty, and are more likely to maintain a positive outlook and growth mindset. Developing adaptability involves several key skills, including problem solving, creativity, communication, and a willingness to take risks. It requires a certain level of resilience and a capacity for self-reflection and learning. Adaptable individuals are able to identify their strengths and weaknesses, and make adjustments to their behavior or thinking as needed. Overall, adaptability is an important skill for personal and professional success. It enables individuals to navigate the complexities of life with confidence and resilience, and to thrive in an ever-changing world. Expand about speed and scalability. Speed and scalability are important factors in the development of software and technology products. Speed refers to the ability of a system to perform its functions quickly and efficiently, while scalability refers to the ability of a system to handle increasing amounts of work without sacrificing performance. In the context of software development, speed and scalability are closely related. A system that is designed to be fast and efficient will often be able to handle larger workloads more easily, while a scalable system must be designed to maintain high levels of performance as the workload increases. Speed and scalability are important considerations in the development of applications, websites, and other software products. As technology evolves and customer expectations increase, developers must be able to create products that can handle large volumes of traffic, process data quickly and efficiently, and deliver results in real time. Achieving speed and scalability requires careful planning and design, as well as the use of appropriate tools and technologies. For example, developers may use caching, load balancing, and other techniques to speed up applications and websites. They may also use cloud-based infrastructure or distributed systems to ensure that the system can handle increasing amounts of traffic. In addition to the technical aspects of speed and scalability, developers must also consider the user experience. A system that is fast and scalable must also be easy to use, intuitive, and reliable. It must be able to handle errors and exceptions gracefully, and provide users with feedback and support when needed. In summary, speed and scalability are critical factors in the development of software and technology products. They require careful planning, design, and implementation, as well as a focus on the user experience. With the right approach, developers can create products that meet the needs of customers, and deliver high levels of performance and reliability. Expand about train the model on your specific use case. Training a machine learning model on your specific use case involves feeding the model with relevant data and optimizing its parameters to achieve the desired performance. This process involves several steps, including: Number 1. Data collection. You need to collect relevant data that represents your use case. The data should be diverse, representative, and large enough to capture the variations and patterns in the use case. The data should be labeled or annotated to enable supervised learning. Number 2. Data preprocessing. Once you have collected the data, you need to pre-process it to remove noise, outliers, and errors. This step involves data cleaning, feature extraction, and transformation. Number 3. Model selection. You need to select the appropriate model that best fits your use case. There are several models to choose from, including regression, decision trees, random forests, support vector machines, neural networks, and deep learning models. Number 4. Data preprocessing. Once you have collected the data, you need to pre-process it to remove noise, outliers, and errors. This step involves data cleaning, feature extraction, and transformation. Number 5. Model selection. You need to select the appropriate model that best fits your use case. There are several models to choose from, including regression, decision trees, random forests, support vector machines, neural networks, and deep learning models. Number 6. Model training. You need to train the selected model on the pre-processed data using appropriate algorithms and optimization techniques. This step involves adjusting the model's parameters to improve its accuracy and generalization. Number 7. Model maintenance. Finally, you need to maintain the model by retraining it with new data and adjusting its parameters as needed to keep up with the changing needs of your use case. Overall, training a machine learning model on your specific use case requires careful planning, data collection, pre-processing, model selection, training, evaluation, deployment, and maintenance. By following these steps, you can create a model that accurately represents your use case and delivers the desired performance. Expand about data collection. Data collection is the process of gathering and recording information for further analysis and decision-making. In the context of artificial intelligence and machine learning, data collection is an essential step in training and improving models. Data is the foundation of machine learning algorithms, and it is critical to have high-quality data to build accurate models. Data collection involves identifying and collecting relevant information from various sources, such as structured and unstructured data, to train the machine learning model. Structured data is typically well-defined and easily searchable, such as numerical data, or information stored in a database. Unstructured data, on the other hand, is more complex and challenging to process, such as images, videos, or text data. Data collection for machine learning involves not only acquiring the data but also organizing, cleaning, and preprocessing it to make it suitable for the model. This process involves removing any irrelevant data, dealing with missing values, and transforming the data to a standard format to ensure consistency and accuracy. The quality of data collection directly impacts the accuracy and effectiveness of the machine learning model. It is essential to collect relevant data that represents the use case and to ensure that the data is clean, accurate, and representative of the real-world scenario. Proper data collection can significantly improve the quality of the model and lead to more accurate predictions and insights. Expand about data pre-processing. Data pre-processing is the process of preparing and cleaning raw data before feeding it into a machine learning model. This step is a critical aspect of machine learning because the quality of the input data directly impacts the accuracy and effectiveness of the model. The goal of data pre-processing is to transform the raw data into a format that can be used by the machine learning algorithm. This process typically involves the following steps. Data cleaning. In this step, the data is cleaned by removing irrelevant data, handling missing values, and addressing any inconsistencies in the data. This step helps to ensure that the data is accurate and consistent. Data integration. Data integration involves combining data from multiple sources into a single dataset. This step is important when data is spread across multiple sources and needs to be consolidated for analysis. Data reduction. Data reduction involves reducing the size of the dataset while retaining the essential information. This step is necessary when dealing with large datasets that are too large to process efficiently. Data discretization. Data discretization involves the process of converting continuous data into discrete data. This step is used to simplify data by grouping similar data points into categories. The goal of data pre-processing is to ensure that the data is accurate, complete, and in a format that can be used by the machine learning algorithm. By preparing the data correctly, the accuracy and effectiveness of the machine learning model can be greatly improved. Expand about model selection. Model selection refers to the process of choosing the appropriate machine learning algorithm or model to use for a given task or problem. There are various types of models available, and the choice of model can greatly affect the performance and accuracy of the final solution. In the case of ChatGPT, the selection of a suitable model is crucial in determining the quality of responses generated. Some commonly used models for language generation and conversational AI include transformer-based models such as GPT-2 and GPT-3, as well as recurrent neural network, RNN, models like LSTM and GRU. The choice of model depends on various factors such as the size of the training data, the desired output, and the resources available for training and deployment. During the model selection process, it is important to evaluate the performance of each candidate model on a representative set of test data to determine its accuracy, speed, and scalability. This can be done through metrics such as perplexity, BLEU score, and human evaluation. Overall, the process of model selection is an important step in building effective and accurate ChatGPT systems, as it ensures that the chosen model is best suited to the specific task or use case. Expand about model training. Model training is the process of using a dataset to train a machine learning model, such as a ChatGPT model, to perform a specific task. In the case of ChatGPT, the model is trained on a large corpus of text data, such as books, articles, and social media posts, to learn how to generate human-like responses to user input. The training process involves feeding the model with input data, which is processed through a series of layers to generate the desired output. During training, the weights of the model are adjusted based on the difference between the actual output and the desired output, using an optimization algorithm such as stochastic gradient descent. The success of the training process depends on several factors, including the quality and size of the training dataset, the choice of model architecture and hyperparameters, and the computational resources available. The quality of the data used for training is crucial, as it affects the accuracy and relevance of the model's responses. In addition, it is important to fine-tune the model by adjusting its hyperparameters, such as the learning rate and batch size, to optimize its performance on the specific use case. This process involves training the model multiple times and testing its performance on a validation dataset to determine the best combination of hyperparameters. Overall, model training is a critical step in building effective and accurate ChatGPT systems. It requires careful consideration of various factors to ensure that the model is able to generate human-like responses that are relevant, accurate, and appropriate for the specific use case. Expand about model evaluatio. Model evaluation is the process of assessing how well a machine learning model performs on a given task or problem. The purpose of model evaluation is to ensure that the model is generalizing well to new, unseen data and to identify any issues or areas for improvement. There are a variety of techniques used for model evaluation, depending on the specific problem and the type of model being used. Some common techniques include cross-validation. This is a technique used to evaluate the performance of a model by splitting the data into training and testing sets. The model is trained on the training set and then tested on the testing set to assess its performance. This process is repeated several times with different splits of the data to get an average performance. Precision and recall. These are metrics used to evaluate classification models. Precision measures the proportion of true positives among all positive predictions, while recall measures the proportion of true positives among all actual positive instances. F1 score. This is a metric that combines precision and recall into a single score. It provides a balanced measure of a model's performance by taking into account both false positives and false negatives. Mean squared error, MSE. This is a metric used to evaluate regression models. It measures the average squared difference between the predicted values and the actual values. Receiver operating characteristic, ROC curve. This is a graph that shows the trade-off between the true positive rate and the false positive rate for a binary classification model. Confusion matrix. This is a table that shows the number of true positives, true negatives, false positives, and false negatives for a binary classification model. Model evaluation is an important part of the machine learning workflow, as it allows us to determine how well a model is performing and to identify any issues that need to be addressed. By using appropriate evaluation techniques, we can ensure that our models are performing well and are making accurate predictions on new data. Expand about model deployment. Model deployment refers to the process of making a trained machine learning model available for use in a production environment. Once a model has been trained and evaluated, it needs to be deployed in a way that can be used to make predictions on new data. This involves making the model available to end users, either through an API, a mobile app, or some other means of integration. There are several ways to deploy a machine learning model, depending on the specific use case and the requirements of the system. Some common methods include API-based deployment. In this approach, the model is deployed as a web service that can be accessed through an API. This allows other applications to easily integrate the model into their workflows. Container-based deployment. In this approach, the model is deployed in a container, which is a lightweight, standalone executable package that contains everything needed to run the model. This approach is highly scalable and can be easily moved between different environments. Mobile deployment. In this approach, the model is packaged into a mobile app that can run on iOS or Android devices. This approach is useful for applications that need to make predictions on mobile devices, such as image recognition or language translation. Serverless deployment. In this approach, the model is deployed as a serverless function, which is a piece of code that is run on demand in response to a trigger. This approach is highly scalable and can be cost-effective for applications with variable workloads. Once the model has been deployed, it is important to monitor its performance and make updates as needed. This can involve monitoring metrics such as accuracy and response time, and making changes to the model architecture or training data to improve performance. Expand about model maintenance. Model maintenance refers to the ongoing process of keeping a machine learning model up to date and relevant as new data becomes available. It involves monitoring the performance of the model, identifying any changes in the data that could affect its accuracy, and retraining the model to ensure it remains effective. As data changes over time, models can become outdated or lose accuracy, making it important to continuously assess their performance and adjust as necessary. This may involve collecting additional data, refining the training process, or updating the model architecture to improve its accuracy or efficiency. Model maintenance is critical for ensuring that the model remains effective and delivers the desired results over time. By regularly monitoring and updating the model, organizations can ensure that they are making informed decisions based on accurate and relevant data. Expand about experiment with different prompts. Experimenting with different prompts is an important step in using a language model like ChatGPT. Prompts are the starting point for generating text, and the quality and relevance of the prompts can have a significant impact on the quality of the generated text. To experiment with different prompts, you can start by defining the goals and objectives of the text generation task. This can help you identify the type of language and content that will be most effective in achieving those goals. You can then create a range of prompts that reflect different approaches to achieving those goals, and test them out with the language model. Testing out different prompts can involve evaluating the quality of the generated text as well as its relevance and coherence in relation to the desired goals and objectives. It may involve fine-tuning the prompts based on the output of the model, and iterating the process until the generated text meets the desired quality standards. In addition to testing different prompts manually, there are also tools and techniques that can automate the process of prompt selection and testing. For example, you can use automated testing tools to generate large volumes of text using different prompts, and evaluate the quality and relevance of the text against predefined criteria. Overall, experimenting with different prompts is an important part of using a language model effectively. By testing different prompts and fine-tuning the approach based on the output of the model, you can ensure that the generated text is of high quality and relevance, and meets the desired objectives of the text generation task. Expand about practice writing prompts. Practice writing prompts refers to the process of generating and creating writing prompts for the purpose of honing one's writing skills. This can be done in various ways, including brainstorming, free writing, and responding to existing prompts. One way to practice writing prompts is to generate your own prompts based on a specific theme or topic. This allows you to tailor the prompt to your interests and writing style, and can help you generate more creative ideas. Another approach is to use existing writing prompts as inspiration for your own writing. There are many resources available online that offer a wide range of prompts, from specific scenarios to more abstract ideas. Responding to these prompts can help you develop your writing skills, as well as expand your range of ideas and approaches to writing. Practicing writing prompts can also help you develop discipline and build a writing routine. By committing to a regular practice of responding to prompts, you can establish a habit of writing and improve your skills over time. Overall, practicing writing prompts is a valuable exercise for writers of all levels, and can help you develop your skills and confidence as a writer. Expand about evaluate the results. When working with language generation models like GPT, evaluating the results is an important step. There are a few different metrics that can be used to evaluate the quality of the generated text, depending on the specific use case. Some common metrics include: Number 1. Perplexity. Perplexity is a measure of how well a language model predicts a given set of data. A lower perplexity score indicates that the model is better able to predict the next word in a sequence. Number 2. Coherence. Coherence measures the logical flow and consistency of the generated text. A highly coherent text is one that makes sense and has a clear structure. Number 3. Fluency. Fluency measures the readability and naturalness of the generated text. A highly fluent text is one that sounds like it was written by a human, rather than a machine. Number 4. Diversity. Diversity measures the variety of the generated text. A highly diverse text is one that contains a wide range of topics, ideas, and perspectives. In addition to these metrics, it is also important to evaluate the text qualitatively. This involves reading the generated text and assessing its overall quality, relevance, and usefulness for the intended task. By experimenting with different prompts and practicing writing prompts, you can fine-tune your language generation model and improve the quality of the generated text over time. Expand about perplexity. Perplexity is a measure of how well a language model predicts a given text. Specifically, it measures how surprised the model is by the next word in a sequence of words. A lower perplexity score indicates that the model is better able to predict the next word in a sequence, while a higher perplexity score indicates that the model is less accurate. Perplexity is often used as an evaluation metric for language models during the model development process. It can help researchers compare different models and select the one that performs best on a given task. Perplexity can also be used to monitor the performance of a language model over time and to identify when the model may need to be retrained or adjusted to better fit the data. Perplexity is calculated by taking the inverse probability of the test set normalized by the number of words in the test set. In other words, it measures the average number of bits needed to represent each word in the test set. A perplexity score of 1 indicates that the model perfectly predicts the next word in a sequence, while a perplexity score of infinity indicates that the model cannot predict the next word at all. In practice, perplexity scores for language models typically fall between 30 and 300. Expand about coherence. Coherence is an important aspect of natural language generation that refers to how well the generated text fits together and makes sense as a whole. In other words, it measures the overall flow and logical consistency of the generated text. Coherence is essential for creating text that is understandable and engaging for humans. If the text is incoherent, it will be difficult to read and understand, leading to poor user experience. Therefore, it is important to ensure that the generated text is coherent and follows a logical structure. To improve the coherence of generated text, natural language models like ChatGPT use sophisticated algorithms and techniques, such as attention mechanisms, language modeling, and sequence-to-sequence modeling. Additionally, there are several metrics used to evaluate coherence, such as the F-measure, Blue score, and Rouge score, which can help determine the quality of the generated text. Overall, coherence is an important factor to consider when generating text, and it is crucial to ensure that the generated text is not only grammatically correct but also logically coherent and engaging for the end user. Expand about fluency. Fluency refers to the naturalness and coherence of language generated by a machine learning model, like ChatGPT. In the context of natural language processing, fluency is an important metric for evaluating the quality of language generation. Fluent language should be grammatically correct, stylistically consistent, and contextually appropriate. For example, if a chatbot generates a response that is syntactically and semantically correct, but is stilted or awkward, it is not fluent. On the other hand, if the response sounds natural and coherent, then it is considered fluent. Fluency is important in many applications of natural language processing, including chatbots, machine translation, and text summarization. The ability of a machine learning model to generate fluent language depends on a number of factors, including the quality and diversity of the training data, the complexity of the language model, and the use of appropriate evaluation metrics, such as perplexity and coherence. Expand about diversity. In the context of natural language generation, diversity refers to the ability of a language model to generate text that is varied and non-repetitive. A model that generates diverse text is able to produce multiple outputs that convey similar information but are expressed in different ways, using different words, sentence structures, or even styles. Diversity is an important quality of a language model because it makes the generated text more interesting and engaging to read, while also improving its overall quality. A diverse model can produce a wider range of outputs, which is especially useful when generating text for creative or exploratory purposes, such as brainstorming, content creation, or story writing. One common approach to achieving diversity in natural language generation is to introduce randomness or uncertainty into the model's output. For example, one can use sampling techniques that vary the probability distribution of the model's output or use techniques like top K or nucleus sampling. Another approach is to add diversity-promoting objectives during training, such as encouraging the model to produce more varied outputs. However, diversity can also be a challenge in natural language generation because it can increase the risk of generating text that is irrelevant, confusing, or even offensive. It is important to balance diversity with other quality metrics, such as coherence, fluency, and relevance, and to carefully evaluate the generated text to ensure it meets the desired standards. Expand about iterate. In the context of using ChatGPT for language generation, iteration refers to the process of refining and improving the model over time. Once you have evaluated the results of the model and identified areas for improvement, you can modify the data, adjust the model's architecture, and tweak other parameters to improve performance. For example, if you find that the model is generating output that is irrelevant or inconsistent with the given prompts, you may need to fine-tune the model's language processing algorithms to better understand the context of the prompt. Alternatively, you might adjust the prompts themselves to provide clearer and more consistent direction to the model. By repeating the steps of training, evaluating, and refining the model, you can continue to improve the accuracy and relevance of the output. This iterative process can help ensure that the language generated by the model meets your specific needs and produces high-quality results.